Hey guys, and welcome to Dr. Snellgrove's English Composition 1 or ENC 1101 online course. Just recording a quick video here to review our syllabus and policies with you. I'll try to make it as quick and painless as possible. I really am obligated to go over this, and it really is probably the single most boring part of my entire job, but it is what it is. All right. So just taking it from the top, by the time this video is available, you can also view the syllabus. I would encourage you to pull that up on Canvas and kind of read along as we're going over this. And I'll obviously mention this again towards the end of the video, but obviously let me know if you have any questions afterward. All right. So to begin with, the Goofy syllabus template has me as Professor Dr. Chris Snellgrove. They make me write everything out like that. It always feels weird as a Venture Brothers fan. It feels a bit like Dr. and Mrs. the Girlfriend. We have my email there, so you're always welcome to email me. And if I send out, class, the rare, like, I guess not so rare for an online class, class-wide emails, they'll come from that address. More importantly, arguably, for your immediate communication needs, that is my actual cell phone number on there, 863-835-2399. So I would encourage you, if you have quick questions, please text me. I'll do my best to, text you back in a timely manner. It's usually right away. Now, I hate to make a big deal of this, but please literally text me. I had a student not too long ago that saw this number as an excuse to call me. And I'm an elder millennial, guys. I don't like to pick up that phone if I don't have to. And my God, he would always call. I was in the middle of dinner on a date with my wife. It's like, dude, just text me your damn question. All right, so I have online office hours. Oh, I'm sorry, I have office hours here. I was just about to say, they may or may not mean much to you unless you are also on campus. So these are the hours which I'm in my own office, which this could change in the very near future. But right now I'm in building 300, room 128. And so you see my office hours are 9 to 12:30 and 2 to 3:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays, 9:30 to 11 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, so you don't need an appointment or anything. If you're on campus, you can just pop in and I'm there. Now, with that being said, your online students, I want to tell you that's why I'm emphasizing my email address and my cell phone number. You can message me outside of these hours. Many of you probably are taking an online class because you're busy during the day. Maybe you have a day job, something like that. So please don't feel like you're limited to those office hours. Those are just times I happen to be physically in my office here. All right, so let's see. We've got course description. There's a whole lot of words there, to be honest, and they kind of boil down to we do a lot of writing in here, and that really is the long and the short of it. Sorry, my books are threatening to fall on me over here. We do a lot of reading, do a lot of writing. The main thing that, well, perhaps some of my students have told me it's the main thing that they're interested in this section is you do need a C or higher in order to, kind of move on. Now, the vast majority of my students get a C or higher, so I'm not saying that in a threatening way, but I know people who sometimes joke about D's get degrees. And it's like, well, when it comes to the comp classes, you do actually need to get a C or higher. All right. So what are we doing? What are your learning outcomes in here? We're going to be looking at, helping you master standard American English, writing, rhetoric, understanding purpose, audience, using research, integrating it, combining it with critical thinking in order to persuade others. It's a whole thing. We'll get to it. The course materials. So part of what I was doing a minute ago was looking around to find my own copy, and I can't find it, but it is the Norton Field Guide to Writing with Reading as a Handbook. We're currently on, I believe, the 5th edition. We do have it through our college bookstore, but you can obviously get this anywhere. Plus, I'm probably not supposed to advertise this, but the book is a very helpful supplementary material for you. If you're like, God, I've never written an essay or it's been forever, it can be very helpful with that. With that being said, it's 100% possible to just complete this class without buying the textbook. I just want to be upfront with you about that. You can just focus on the assignments. There's resources online, some of which I can point you to. So I would get the textbook if you feel like you need that extra resource, available to you. Otherwise, I would honestly save your money, save your time. All right. Class attendance, I have a whole thing here. Obviously, I keep saying this, you're online students, but you're online students. There's not a class. You better show up at these times and I will mark you present. Instead, I'm just encouraging you to stay on top of your activities. And once you see how pretty streamlined. We've got everything. I hope you'll agree I'm not overloading you with assignments, but you are an 8-week class. This will go by so damn quick. So we just want to make sure you don't fall behind. So attendance confirmation. So I will give you this reassurance. So in order to make sure you're here, I do have to have a little discussion board question on Canvas. And I just want to mention again, the college probably doesn't want me to advertise this. I don't really do discussion board stuff very often. I've talked to a lot of students. They usually hate that. So when you see that one, you do need to complete it to confirm you're in the class, to confirm your attendance, but that is not going to be a regular thing that we are doing. All right, there's a whole classroom conduct section, which doesn't really matter to you because we're not in the classroom. All right, grading scheme and procedures. I'm basically the last professor on earth that really likes percentage-based grading. And so the way this shakes out is you've got only 3 categories of grades. You've got the final exam. It's a short reflective essay. It's going to be, I hope, pretty darn easy. And then you've got the daily assignments. Now, the daily assignments are just you basically putting your essays together. So for instance, you've got a final draft that'll be due on X day. And it's like, all right, we're going to have an assignment where you do an outline for it. We're going to have an assignment where you do an intro for it. We're going to have an assignment where you do body paragraphs for it. And then, you're getting easy grades, you're getting feedback all along the way, and then you submit the final draft. I mentioned that because the daily assignments are not busy work. It's not like stuff unrelated to your essays. Speaking of the essays, they comprise the vast majority of our grade percentage here. They are 80% of your overall grade. Now, I know that seems extreme, but I mean, again, it's an essay writing class. It's what we do. Now, right under that, if you're having like a small heart attack at hearing how much your essays would be worth, I've got some good news kind of buried in the makeup work section. So there is no traditional makeup work as I put on there. Like if you miss essay 1, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's not high school. You're not going to be like, I did this completely unrelated thing to make up for missing. It's like, no, you need to get essay 1 done. However, let's say you get an essay in and it's just bad grade. And you're like, oh God, I got this bad grade. These essays are worth so much. It's dragging me down here. So you're going to have an opportunity to rewrite. There's only 3 essays. The 3rd one is due on the last minute of the last day, but you'll have an opportunity to rewrite essays 1 and 2. So worst case, if you get a bad grade, you can do a rewrite. I give you a completely new grade with a rewrite. I don't average them together or do anything funky like that. And you can change as much or as little as you want on a rewrite. I'm not making you truly rewrite the paper. It's mostly there for like, hey, you submitted a draft and I took off like 10 points because of grammatical mistakes. I took off 10 points because you didn't hit the full 5 pages. You could do a rewrite where all you do is clean up the grammar and you add a paragraph or whatever and hit 5 pages. That's an instant 20-point bump right there. So the closer we get to the end of the semester, I'm going to aggressively pimp these rewrites, just giving you context for why. Instructor communication. So officially, I think I may have mentioned this earlier, email is the official form of communication. So I try not to abuse it, but you will, periodically get class-wide emails coming from me. And, we encourage you to check your email at least once a day for a lot of reasons. But also, I hate to sound like a jerk at this point, you barely know me, but like if people like, I didn't read the email about the blah, blah, blah that was due. It's like, well, that's kind of a you problem. You need to be checking your email every day. We'll come back to this assignment schedule. I just got to get through the other stuff real quick. Let's see. So there's a whole thing here, technical skills and specialized technology, and lecture recordings. So basically, if you're in an online class, hopefully you're already kind of self-selected for understanding the technology. But the main takeaway here is you need to figure out Canvas right away. If you are having some kind of, I mean, honestly, I don't know how you're watching this if you're not on campus, but, if you're having trouble getting to Canvas, you're having trouble submitting assignments, I need to know ASAP. And we can get you to, IT, help desk or other folks that might be able to give you the kind of assistance that you need. But again, we are an 8-week class. And so I've had students that would wait like 4 weeks and they suddenly drop a bombshell on me. I can't see anything in Canvas. It's like, well, I needed to know that before we were literally halfway through the class. So please make sure you're good. You can access everything. If you have any questions, send them to me. Worst case, I might be able to solve them. Worst case, I will send you to someone who can. Lecture recordings. This is normally the section where it's like, oh, hey, you have permission to record the lecture if we were face to face. We're obviously your online students, but hey, that means your lectures are already recorded. They are on YouTube. I guess if you want to download them through Internet Download Manager or something, feel free to. Emergency college closure may not really affect online students per se, but this is just a heads up that something could happen. It's almost always weather that temporarily closes school down. Like, oh, hey, no school Wednesday because of snow or something. Ice on the roads, that kind of thing. Academic continuity plan also doesn't really affect you. That's basically a remnant of the time that we left for spring break and we didn't come back, because it was COVID. So all of a sudden, all of the face-to-face classes, all the classes became online classes. So we like to remind face-to-face students that could happen again. So be ready for it. Y'all are already online students, so you're already prepared. Student rights, responsibilities, academic integrity. We have a whole thing here telling you to read the college catalog, student handbook. It's a fabulous toilet reader. We tell you not to plagiarize, cheat. That does include using ChatGPT and other AI tools. We may run your work through turnitin.com, which is a plagiarism checking service. Student dispute resolution. We all know that essay writing, it's basically subjective, right? I might give you a bad grade, like, no, he's got it out to get me for some reason. I don't know, no one's ever done this, but we do have a formal dispute resolution process where, one, if you hopefully feel comfortable doing so, we would encourage you to come to the teacher first. I've, for instance, adjusted plenty of grades after conversations with students. It's not unheard of at all. But two, let's say you talk to me and we either don't come to a happy resolution or you didn't feel comfortable coming to me in the first place. You can fill out, this is I'm pointing like you can see it now, but it's a hyperlink on the syllabus, a formal grievance appeal form. You can kick that off. It allows you to talk to my department head. If need be, you can kind of go up the chain to like dean, vice president, and so on. Again, I've never had anyone do it. I hope none of y'all will be the first, but you do have, I want you to know you do have that dispute resolution process in place. Okay, accommodation resources. This is, I don't want to say unneeded, but it's often redundant for online students. So obviously, if you have a documented disability, we encourage you to contact our accommodations department, and they can put stuff on your file that helps you, for instance, get extra time on certain assignments and things of that nature. The reason I say it can be a little superfluous for my class is the kind of things you get, you're already at home, you're already kind of working on your own schedule. I'll give you extra time, regardless of if you have accommodations or not. If you need extra time, I'll give it to you. So obviously, I'm happy to work with any accommodations you have, but I do want to let you know one of the big benefits of being an online student in this kind of asynchronous class is that you are largely, we have deadlines, but you are largely kind of working on your own schedule. I'm not going to have any like, hey, here's a sudden test thing, you got to get it done in 30 minutes or any of that craziness. Student counseling services. The college has partnered with Bridgeway Center Incorporated, basically provides some mental health services and counseling services to our enrolled students. So if you're actively enrolled, you can get an initial assessment and up to 5 therapeutic sessions with a behavioral health provider at no cost. They do have a hyperlink here where you can initiate that. They do have a phone number where you can talk to them 24 hours a day. So we all know the world is stressful and college is stressful. So you're really doing a multiplier thing right now. So you do have resources available. You do have people you can talk to if you need to. There's a whole children in the classroom section that, again, y'all don't have to worry about. Your classroom is functionally your home. And I don't think I'm allowed to tell you not to have children in your home. You might be tempted for me to tell you that if you do. Whew, all right. I'm scrolling back up real quick. I just wanted to mention the way I did our assignment schedule. I keep saying you're online students, but you are. So I didn't feel like it made much sense to have a daily, like, here's what we're doing on October 17th and on October 19th, or, like you would in a face-to-face class. So instead, your syllabus has the end of each week which is end should have an asterisk by it or quotation marks. It's a Thursday for us. So it'll be like, Thursday, the 19th, this is due. And then Thursday, the 26th, this is due. That kind of thing there. And so basically just, I want you to stay on top of that. I promise I'm not going to overload you with a bunch of extraneous assignments, and I am always here. Again, you can email, you can text me 863-835-2399 if you have any questions about anything. Most important thing is just staying on top of this work. Don't let it get ahead of you. Don't let it get out of control. But I think that's everything. Again, if you have any questions, email me, text me, 863-835-2399. We'll probably get some other stuff up very soon, including videos for your first assignment. Have I mentioned this class runs pretty quick, runs by very quick. So just let me know if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to getting to know most of you, hopefully all of you. You know, some people are the ones sitting in the back, even in online class. It's amazing. Like, I don't know that person, but I get to read your writing at the very least. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what you got, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.